Who won this trade, Lakers or Mavs? And Smitty, I'm going to ask you, that's one part of the question, but I have a second part of that question for you. And we could ask everybody right now, but we're going to talk about the first part. Who won the trade, Lakers or Mavs? But I want to also know, are these teams done before the trade deadline, which is the 6th of this week, which is Thursday? Are these teams done? I don't think they are, but we're going to dive into that after Smitty answers who won the trade, Lakers or Mavs.
Man. So, okay, short term, and I heard your opening. I thought it was great. The fit for Dallas makes way more sense. Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, they got bigs over there. He's going to fit in seamlessly. It's going to work, I think, immediately. But I still think the Lakers won the trade. Why? Luka is a 25-year-old megastar. Say what we want. He has flaws. He can be lazy at times. There's no presence on defense. I can admit that. But at the end of the day, with all that being said, he still led the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals just last year. Just 2 or 3 years ago, he led them to the Western Conference Finals. So with all his flaws, he's still a winner at a very young age. And I don't think the man has even reached his prime yet. He doesn't even know how to win fully yet to get the ultimate prize yet. And we just got a superstar in trade for a guy, Anthony Davis, who's a Hall of Famer, who's still one of the better players in the league, but he's 30-some years old. You compare him to being 40 or 45 based upon his injuries and how often he gets hurt every single year. I think long term it's a win for the Lakers because also look at LeBron. LeBron's going to retire here soon. I don't know if he has 1 more year left, 2 more years. I know how good he still looks, but at some point it's got to end. It's going to end. The Lakers now have their next superstar who they can build upon and build around, and we can be excited about as Lakers fans and kind of get out of the whole LeBron James, saga. As a Kobe fan, as I am, as you are, JB, and as a lot of LA is, it was really weird when LeBron signed with the Lakers. It really no fault or no shot towards LeBron. It's just the fact that forever we had a LeBron and Kobe debate. Who's better? Who's the greater? Who's this? Who's that? So to bring the rival, so to speak, to LA, it just felt weird. It would be like in the 90s or something if you would have, or the late 80s if Bird joined the Lakers. It just felt weird, right? So it's like a lot of Lakers Nation has been looking forward to the next iteration of the Lakers, the next superstar, the next person to support and look forward to. So big picture, man, I think the Lakers won this, but short term, I think we'll see more success from the Dallas Mavericks.
Man, we got to give a shout out to a friend of the program. We have a guy, Smitty's friend, my friend, Savvy.
Oh, yeah.
Savvy, who does the voiceovers, obviously, who's been on the show, fan favorite. You guys love it, Stephen A. Smith and Luka and LeBron that he's known for, voiceover. I reached out to him. I was like, man, you got to come on tomorrow and do the Luka LeBron for us, fucking around. Yeah. And, man, shout out to Savvy. T's and P's. He's going through some health issues. He's getting better. He had a minor stroke, man, back in November. And that's his livelihood, man. So for all you guys in here that don't follow Savvy Amusing, man, go follow him on Instagram and Twitter because he's recovering fully from a stroke and he's not fully back yet and didn't feel comfortable, man. He was being honest. He was like, man, I'm getting back to normal, but I'm not close yet, and I don't want to fuck up Luka and LeBron, who I do the best, like I do a lot of. So shout out to him, T's and P's, man. Give him a shout out. It would have been great for him to come on here, man, today and do this because that would have been fire to do a Luka LeBron thing. So hey, shout out to Savvy. My boy Dave knows Savvy as well. Reached out. My boy Dave was like, damn, I told him yesterday. So shout out to him, man. Smitty, here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about this trade that I don't know. We won't know who wins or loses it yet and all that. But we could talk short term, long term, or whatever. But here's the issue I have. You don't give away a 25-year-old phenom, superstar, scorer extraordinaire.
You don't
for a Chico stick and string cheese. And I'm far from calling AD a Chico stick. I think AD is a top 5 talent in the NBA when he's upright in playing.
Yeah,
no doubt about it. I think he's the best two-way player in basketball. That's my opinion. I've been saying that about AD for a long time. But I also think he's the softest. So, it never works out for me. talent-wise, I've had a lot of talented kids that never made it because they just couldn't get through the mental aspect of being tough and fighting through a little nicks and knacks and things like that. Matthew Stafford played this whole season with 3 broken ribs, Smitty, and didn't tell a soul until after the playoffs. They found out, and they were like, what the fuck were you doing all year? He was like, I ain't gonna tell nobody. He had a private doctor tell him and see him, and he didn't even tell the organization, homie.
Yep.
That's a dude that wants to play the game that he is getting paid to play and loves to play, first and foremost.
Bo Nix has some stuff going on all season in the back of his neck, you know. There's another example, yeah.
I'm glad to see these guys going through it and do what we used to do growing up. These guys, I don't know if they still have that same fight because they get so much money early and up front that they don't have a probably incentive to do it. Here's my take, though. You don't get rid of this guy for a Chico stick and string cheese. And that, what I mean by that is this. Both guys are injured right now, number one. They all must both know that they're both healthy enough to come back at some point here soon, or they wouldn't have traded it. In the NBA, I thought used to, because I was looking this up, Smitty. I was like, not only did you not veto it like CP2, but you also allowed 2 injured players to be traded, which used to be a null and void. You could not trade injured players. So I'm trying to figure out how those 2 things now are okay. That's number one. Number 2, what I mean by the Chico stick and string cheese, Whitlock referred to as a ham sandwich. AD is all you got, let's be honest, and a 29 first rounder. If you're thinking about winning now with LeBron, who's 40, he ain't going to be around in 29 anyway. The 29 first rounder don't mean shit. The Lakers have another first round 29 pick too. They didn't even have to give up, and they got to keep Austin Reeves?
Yeah.
I'm very confused as to why, Smitty. And here's the question I had that's going to be a bigger question in this whole thing. Why did you give up Luka for that little amount, number one? And why didn't no one else in the NBA know that Luka was available is what screams shady practice to me.
That's crazy.
If no one else in the NBA knew, and this was done, which is apparently legal. It's done within the timeline of the NBA trade deadline. Apparently, the homies can get on the phone. And what I mean by homies is the GM, Rob Pelinka, was Kobe's agent.
Yep.
The GM in Dallas was the guy that got Kobe to leave Adidas and go to Nike. They're both boys. Rob Pelinka and him worked together at Nike. They got on the phone with some homie shit and said, hey, dog, what would it take to take whoop-de-whoop? Apparently, it was a whole fuck-around conversation that turned into reality because they were fucking around and they were like, yeah, whatever. You ain't give me Luka for AD straight up. What if I did? Well, I'll do it tomorrow. Well, why don't you do it right now? The conversation, that's what they said.
Right.
And everybody, we all thought they was hacked, and we all thought shit was going haywire on Saturday night. And we're sitting here at midnight on the East Coast, and everybody's like, "What the fuck's going on? No way, no way, no way!" I'm like, he got hacked too. I was like, everybody else, he got hacked.
I sent you the link, and you and me was like, "Man, hell no." He was like,
and I'm sitting there like, damn. But Smitty, a 29 first rounder, and Hayes, who'd they get?
We got
No, who they get? Who did we give? AD and who?
No, the light-skinned buddy. He was hooping last night too. What's his name?
Fuck. Exactly. No, you're making my point. Exactly.
Max Christie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. What's his name? Exactly. What's his name?
2029 first round. So Max Christie, 2029 first round, and AD. And then we got Markieff Morris. Maxi Cleveland, actually a good 3-and-D guy. And Luka, we that's what I'm saying. I think the Lakers here and there won the trade. My only problem is, and you mentioned this earlier, we can dive this in a little bit. Luka and LeBron don't make sense on the court though. That don't make sense.
But here's the question: why did this trade happen without anyone else knowing about it? Like, that's the thing. How is that not? I don't know what the rules are. I'm not going to dive into it and make myself look. But I want to know. 2 homies called, boom, made it happen. I'm sure that there's teams out there that would have thrown a lot at the Dallas Mavericks for Luka.
Way more. Like
I can see the Pelicans.
I think it was Austin Rivers made a good point. He was like, the big fella, Rudy Gobert, in that trade, somebody gave away like 4 first-round picks to get him. So what would the motherfucker give to get Luka? They might get 10 first-round picks. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm just saying, like, who knows?
The thing is, though, like, I'm curious to know how Jason Kidd feels, because apparently, supposedly, which I find it hard to believe, apparently either coach knew and no player knew. These are homies behind the scene, boom. If that's how they did it, then guess what, Smitty? I have no issue. You know why? Because I've been saying it with you on this show. You've been defending the players. I've been defending the coaches and the admin side of it. And I'm like, you know what? You all want to be grown in college. You want to enter the portal. You want the money, but then you don't want to play bowl games, all that. We had these arguments, right? This is similar. And where I'm going with this is a similar talk. It's the same topic. If y'all say it's a business, then guess what, dog? It's a business. And me and my boy had an argument the other day where I was like, well, I agree with you because I'm on that tip. And he was like, yeah, but I also said, as a coach, I'm pissed if I didn't know.
Right.
But he's like, nah, JB, you always say it. It's a business. Fuck it. Then let the GMs handle it. You're the coach. You coach what's on the court. And I'm like, yeah, but at the same time, it's like I would like to know I'm coaching tomorrow. By the way, they got beat by fucking 50 yesterday by Cleveland Cavs. So that they're professional basketball players. You can't tell me that they didn't show up and I'm just like, oh, Cleveland scored 100 at halftime, homie. So you can't tell me that the Dallas Mavericks morale is not down. So I'm like, it's the whole thing to me is like, damn, you didn't let them know. Jason Kidd, Redick, how are they feeling today? I want to know. And then I want to know, is this a ploy that the Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks have got together and said, let's change the narrative here. Let's take the control back. Because let's be clear, the owners have always had control, Smitty. They got the money.
Of course.
But Adam Silver and the lax contract and the max payouts that we're paying these guys prior to them even proving who they really are is what has allowed this to happen. Plus with the All-Star rules and the in-season tournament and load management games, you're allowed to miss games. All this, to me, has created this snowball effect of what we are complaining about today. Lack of physicality, motion on offense, just shoot threes, no defense, instant replay for 10 minutes on a fucking common foul. All the things we're bitching about that by factual evidence has lowered the viewership. That's just fact, not me. Facts, the viewership's lowest it's been. And all that accompanied with this trade, I'm wondering, are these coaches feeling a certain type of way, or is this a way to get Clutch Sports out of LA? Let's get you out of here. I don't want all this shit with you guys. I don't even need to tell you because apparently Rich Paul was pissed. He didn't know. Lakers like, I don't need to let you know.
I've heard 2 things on that. I'll let you go though. Because I heard that Rich Paul's AD's agent. Now he represents him. So I heard that he did know and he didn't say nothing. I don't know. There's been so many stories around, so I don't know what's true or what's not. But
unless we have insight, we don't know. We're just alleged. Right. But all I'm saying is like this could be a Laker play to get you out. Fuck you. Move. And then on the other side, Dallas is like, hey, dog, I don't care if you're 25 and an unbelievable offensive talent. If you're going to be 30 pounds out of shape, looking like a wobble body, and we pay you a lot of money to come here and be hurt and not show up. And by the way, he's an all-time great in the playoffs. Luka's the second all-time leading scorer all-time right now. One of the only other ones with Jordan to average over 30 in his career in the playoffs. Right. So only him and Jordan have averaged 30 plus in the playoffs. Luka is in the conversation of greatness, but we know he didn't guard the other side of the ball. He reserved his energy for offense because we know he's out of shape. So I'm trying to find out, is this a way to get the league back in control in the owner group, management, and coach? And I just don't know if that's it or not. We'll wait to see, Smitty. But listen, man, we know no one expected this to happen Saturday night in the week of the Super Bowl. And this is just another way for Dallas to be relevant during the Super Bowl.
Because the Cowboys won't be. The Cowboys ain't going to be there, man.
Hey, The bottom line is Luka's the biggest draw in Dallas, not Dak.
No, for sure. Luka might be the biggest draw in LA now. Real quick, thanks for bringing us up here, Bailey. Bailey made a bit. It's an interesting old quote from the former majority owner, Mark Cuban. It's back in 2020. He said, "If I had to choose between my wife and keeping Luka, catch me at my lawyer's office preparing for a divorce." This was in 2020. It's 2025.
And then he found out who he voted for, and shit went south.
Well, nah, he just he went to a minority stake in ownership, so now he doesn't make full decisions. So.
Nah, I know, but that motherfucker found out Luka was a Trumper and was like, "Oh shit, get out of here." AD, who'd you vote for? Kamala? All right, let's go. That's what I look at it. But anyway, I'm just fucking with you. But here's the thing, Smitty. I don't see how. To your point, I want to get back to your topic real quick.
To this point. Here we go.
How does this guy and LeBron share the court?
They're the same player.
He's white, though.
Exactly.
That's
they're the same. They're not identical. Luka is a less athletic version of LeBron, but they're both very ball dominant. They're both, basically a triple-double waiting to happen because they always have their hands on the ball. Luka can't play off ball. That's not his style. LeBron, I'm not gonna say can't. You're not gonna see the best version of LeBron playing off. So I've been trying to see what's the world where they both play together. And I put out a tweet when the thing first happened. I said, man, I don't think the Lakers are done. I said, I think LeBron might be gone. But then I have to think about it. I said, well, LeBron has a no trade clause in his contract, so they can't just trade LeBron without his say in it. So I'm like, man, and I think the deadline is in 3 days. I think it's February 6th. So I don't think the Lakers are done, but I'm probably going to have to retract my steps and saying that LeBron's going to get traded because he has a no trade clause. But so I'm just trying to see how this plays out. I'm very intrigued to see. I'm glad we got Luka because I think he's a true dominant superstar who could keep us relevant and in the mix and keep us in the championship hopes for a long time. But to your point, JB, it literally makes no basketball sense right now. When you look at our team on paper, it don't make sense.
Yeah, you're blurry, but I need you to read a private chat. And then I want you, since we're the realest show, I want you to read Bailey's question to the chat and ask him what my original thumbnail.
Let me read it. Here's from Bailey Price. Smitty, did JB tell you his original idea for this thumbnail? You would have loved it. So, JB, what was your original idea for the thumbnail?
Luka blackface.
What show am I on right now? I'm on this show trying to change my life, change my family's life. A little racist who just said he's gonna put Luka in a blackface. One of the most racist things that JB's people used to do back in the days in film, they didn't put black people in movies. They would just get a white person, paint their face black, make them look animalistic, and use that to say that's who black people are. And this man, Jason Brown, had an idea that went through his mind. So you know what? I'm gonna put Luka as a blackface. I wouldn't have done the show if that happened. So thank God that the young person, the young guy, has some common sense and Bailey Price and said, nah, JB, I don't think we could probably do that. Should probably go another route. That's crazy. Oh man. My fault. I had to go give me a little shot real quick.
Who's you talking to?
No, I had to go give me a little ginger shot. I wasn't talking. I had to go get a little ginger shot real quick.
By the way, so I think blackface is like the word they use for like racist. Like I didn't mean it that way. I mean it like they're the same person. Let's make them both look some sort of. I wanted some sort of thumbnail where they blended each other. Are we in the AI revolutionary area? Couldn't we like blend them together? Because they're the same guy. What is that, homie? Is that 5 Hour Energy?
Turmeric, ginger, I think some cayennes in here. The same stuff you be drinking.
So Anyway,
what you on, JB? Why you be pausing like that in the middle of your take?
Because if it ain't 5 Hour Energy, I don't want it.
Shout out 5 Hour Energy, man. Go get your 5 Hour Energy right now, man. Tell me Coach JB, Big Smitty sent you, man. They got new flavor, they got blueberry, they got grape, they got cherry, they got strawberry, whatever you need. 5 Hour Energy is the #1 energy drink known to man.
Yeah. Here's the bottom line. I wanted both of them to look the same. So I said, can LeBron be white or Luka be black? That's all I asked. So I just want to say that. Fuck with everybody. But anyway, and I don't really care if any of you think what you think. You can eat a dick, fucking fanboys. So anyway, Smitty, I want to dive into your take real quick, your topic at this thing. They're the same person at the end of the day, and I don't see how one of them is going to facilitate and the other one is going to play off the ball. Luka is not just a spot-up shooter. He's a guy that has the ball, dribble, either facilitates it to get you to fall off, and then he'll jack the three. He's not Klay Thompson, right? He's not sitting on the wing ready to catch the rock in transition from LeBron. I'm curious. Now, he's a shooter, so I don't know how Reddick's going to deal with this. We're going to see. Only time will tell, Smitty, but it is what it is.
What I think will happen is that they'll just take turns. Like, it'll be time where LeBron is on the wing basically chilling for like 5 minutes and let Luka kind of like run the show. And then he gets a little tired. He'll go to the side, let LeBron run the show. Kyrie and Luka did that a little bit, but the good thing about Kyrie can act as like off wall. He can be like,
but he's a point. He's a true,
right.
Dish dive and then jack. I don't know if Luka do it, but I want to know how Luka's going to get in shape because I don't see.
He's not that out of shape either. Somebody was saying he was 270. I saw him come on. He got off the jet last night in L.A. He threw up to L.A., you feel me? And I'm like, he don't look that big like they was making it seem.
Here's the thing, Smitty. I don't even care about your weight.
Look, I'm talking. He don't look like super big to me.
But he's fucking 6'10"?
Okay, but I'm saying like he's hurt.
Yeah.
He don't look like crazy big. He probably needs
Be careful moving around. You're in LA now, homie. Motherfucker, better be careful. All that shit matters here, homie.
Some of up there stacking. He got on blue. He doing all time.
He got pressed already. Hey,
what's that? You better relax, homie.
Be careful, Palinka. That shit mean fucking Vadio Trete, homie.
Those fingers turn the wrong way. It might mean something else, homie.
Hey, here's the thing I gotta ask though. The weight don't matter. You and I know you could be in fucking top-notch weight and look slim and be out of shape as fuck, and your mentals go away because you don't want to play both sides of the ball because you ain't in full shape.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not in shape, homie. I haven't seen him in full shape. And by the way, maybe I'm not a doctor, but let's be real. I know what in shape is, and when you're in shape, you have a willing desire to play both sides of the ball. You take plays off, homie, when you're out of shape on the other side. You rather just reserve it for your best side, which is offense. So let's just be real. I don't even see him getting in shape this year. Here's the thing, though. Like, this is rumors I heard. That if other teams would have known, I heard the Pelicans would have threw the house at him. Zion, fucking Brandon Ingram, fucking all kinds of picks. That's one. I heard Memphis would have been involved. I heard all these guys to get over the hump. It's very ironic that the Lakers get this guy, man. It's very ironic. I don't know what the Lithuanian following is in California or LA. I don't know that. I know, you know what I mean? Some teams get guys and they have a fucking huge like base of certain I don't know if I don't know any Lithuanians. I don't know if they're here or not.
I mean, I think it comes down to what you said. It's my relationship. Nico Harrison, the GM for the Mavs, has a close relationship with AD as well. They've been tight for a minute, and I think he looked at it as if, man, listen, we need some defense. We need some probably some additional scoring at the big position. They have bigs, but the bigs they have are true just like rebounders, not really gonna score a lot of points. So he's like, we can add some more size. We need defense. He said defense wins championships. So I think he just thought of it like, man, you pair him with Kyrie. These guys are, two guys who I think they're both Kentucky cats, if I'm not mistaken. Guys who are friends, close relationship. And again, from a basketball standpoint, it's a seamless fit. Like we both agree that I mean, even Charles Barkley came out like, listen, I think like they may instantly be the second best team in the Western Conference now. You know what I'm saying, behind OKC. And I mean, obviously we got to watch it and see it, but it makes perfect sense. So I understand why he did the move. But to your point, when you have a piece like Luka, you don't just tell one team. You got to at least see what's going on. But like maybe for him, because it was so crazy, he wanted to just keep it quiet. Because it's like, damn, they're trading Luka. Because imagine if he did do it the traditional way and it was public. This would have been this crazy news. It would have been distractions. His players would have been getting asked about it every single day. It would have been a lot going on. So he's probably like, no, let's keep this hush-hush. I know who I want. Ain't no point of bullshitting. Do y'all want Luka? That's just behind the scenes, man. Woo, woo, woo. Let's keep it going. So I didn't respect it.
Or Slovenian. I don't know what he is. He's Slovenia? I don't know. My bad if I said Lithuanian. I don't know if he's Slovenian. I thought he was Lithuanian. Is he Slovenian?
I don't know.
Yeah, that just tells you we don't really give a fuck. He can hoop. That's it. We don't care. He can throw a football. I don't care fuck what he is. White, black, Mexican, homie. I don't give a fuck.